Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Red across the board, the markets are crashing. Go sell all your silver right now. I'm just kidding, but if you thought that I was serious or if you've thought any of that, then we have a lot to talk about. See, let's say you want to go to the store to buy a pair of shoes. And you see this pair of shoes and they're pretty expensive, but then you go back the next day and they're on sale. They're cheaper. You can get them for a discount. Would you be mad or glad about that situation? Wouldn't you be happy that the shoes are cheaper? That's the exact situation that we're in right now. Silver is cheaper, it's on sale, it's priced at a discount, so take advantage of that and buy some. Why do people get upset or get worried when the price goes down? That just means that you can buy more silver for a cheaper price, lowering your dollar per ounce average, only in the long run making your stack more profitable. So I took advantage of this. I placed a fairly large order of silver yesterday, so look out for an unboxing very soon. I will explain the types of silver I bought in that purchase when I do the unboxing, but I recommend doing the same. Right now, $24.57 silver. I didn't think we would see these prices anymore. I mean, I guess that's exaggerating a little bit. I was expecting to see $26, $27, $28 silver, but since it broke around $24.50, that's definitely a steal, and I'm going to take advantage of that all day long, as so should you. I can't tell you what to do, but in my opinion, these are very low prices, especially looking at the longer term price of silver, right? So you guys have seen my last couple videos. I've been on a hunt, really just, dissecting, breaking down all these rumors, these misleading articles, just a lot of stuff from price manipulation to illegal activity to gold and silver prices, just a lot of different things. And now we're here. This is exactly where people want you to get installed with fear, right? Banks, governments are going to feed off of prices lowering, and they're going to use that to their advantage to scare you away from precious metals, because it is a direct threat to the US dollar, right? Just like McDonald's and Burger King have competition, the dollar and gold and silver do as well. And that's actually why silver prices are lower. Gold and silver prices, platinum and palladium, are lower right now because the dollar index is a little bit higher. So we know there is not literally, but speculatively, there's a correlation between the dollar index and precious metals prices. When the dollar index is higher, gold and silver is lower, and when the dollar index is lower, gold and silver is higher. And that's almost always. Very few times I've seen them both rise at the same time. There's actually happened about 6 months ago, but that was a rare occasion. And there's actually things going on that caused that, from the FOMC meetings, etc. So, anyways, to get back on track, right now, I still think that this is a very short-term play, and I still think this is going to be a short-term, short-lived downtrend, and things are going to change extremely quick. There's so many things coming up extremely fast that are going to affect precious metals prices at different rates, different extents, different paces, and into very, very, very large portions of people, right? This is a global thing. The U.S. presidential election isn't just affecting America, it's affecting the world. So big things are about to be happening on a global scale, and I definitely think that precious metals are going to be very, very active in the mix, in the middle of all of it. So with that said, I have a couple articles I want to share with you guys. One is talking about how the gold and silver bulls work on price stabilization. The second is talking more about the price right now, and if it's going to be long lasting, or if this is just a little stint that will blow over. So let's jump into this at first. Oh, by the way, smash the like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos. Why not? Liking the video is a great way to support the channel, support me, and subscribing supports you, helps you out, because I post daily and I will give you the newest, latest information of what's happening in the world of gold and silver, which is extremely important, especially right now with so many things happening. So So, Kitco news. Gold and silver prices are slightly lower in the early U.S. trading Tuesday, as the bulls need to see price stabilize in order to avoid serious chart damage. So there is some serious things happening, but I'm not too worried, right? So October gold futures were last down $2.10 at $1,900. In December, COMEX silver was last down 13 cents at $24.26 an ounce. So Monday's mostly downside price action in raw commodity futures markets, led by huge declines in gold and silver, rattled heretofore confident commodity bulls. If the raw commodity markets can show price stability the rest of the week following Monday's drubbing, most will escape with their near-term price uptrends still in place and with no technical damage. However, more solid downside price pressure this week would end most commodity markets' near-term price uptrends. Thus, trading action the rest of this week will be extra important for many raw commodity markets, including the metals. So things still have to play out. We're kind of in a limbo mode, and there's so many things that are surrounding that limbo. The prices could be scattered very randomly, very quickly, and very chaotically, to say the least. And that's why you got to stay cool, calm, and collect. You got to remember the bigger picture, the reason you're stacking. Heck, even I have to do that sometimes, right? We're no different. We're all silver stackers trying to invest into our future, right? So global stock markets were mixed overnight, with Asian shares mostly down and European shares mixed to firmer. U.S. stock indexes are set to open the New York Day session mixed, and this was written Monday, so Tuesday we have the results of that, and they're up. Risk aversion is keener early this week as this pandemic, the infections on the rise in Europe, parts of the U.S., prompting new worries about businesses locking down again. The death of the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has shifted focus away from Congress providing a new stimulus package for U.S. citizens and businesses. So, new stimulus package? U.S.-China trade and political tensions continue to run hot. This has been an ongoing thing for almost a year now. U.S.-China trade negotiations, the trade war, this is what kickstarted all of this off, and it's still going on. Usually these things get, well, I guess something of this nature between, look who we're dealing with, right, Trump and China. Of course, it's still going to be going on, but it's very interesting to watch and see how it affects not only the precious metals markets, but all the markets around, right? So all above may well keep stock market traders in a dour buying mood right in the middle of a time that history shows stock markets can get very wobbly, especially during this election, right? Every 4 years. So Federal Chairman Jerome Powell and the U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin will testify to a House Financial Service Committee Tuesday morning. Powell's expected to say that Congress needs to do more to keep the U.S. economy afloat. So, AKA, throw more money into the situation, see what happens. So the dollar index is slightly higher than following solid gains Monday, and that pushed the USDX to a 6-week high. Right now we can see that, things are trying to stabilize. Technically, the gold bulls have the overall near-term technical advantage, but are fading and need to show fresh power to keep the near-term price uptrend alive. So we have some some resistance and support levels to look at. So let's check out silvers. December silver futures bulls have the overall near-term technical advantage, but have faded and need to stabilize prices this week to avoid more serious technical damage being inflicted. So we do need some type of support. We need some type of boost, right? We definitely need something, whether it's going to be coming from information from the feds, from the U.S.-China trade negotiations, from the election, from whatever the case. Something has to happen to kind of give people that fire back in silver. Not to say it has to be something huge or uncanny. It could be just a little boost, because if it's down for too long, then people start to lose faith, and that's when people start taking money out because of the fear of it going even lower. So, anyways, the daily bar chart has been temporarily negated. Silver Bull's next upside price objective is closing prices above solid technical resistance at this week's high of $27.13 an ounce. The next downside price objective for bears is closing prices below solid support at $22.50. First resistance, $25. Next support, $23.78. So anyways, let's jump into the next article. Markets meltdown. Is this the shape of things to come? So this article isn't very long, but I'm gonna try to summarize. I still want to say some more stuff after these articles and get my perspective, my opinion, my insight on some things, and I want to ask you a couple questions. So let's just keep going. So the latest market shenanigans may even prove to be an opportunity for some. And this is the craziest part. Volatility doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a window of opportunity to make some large amounts of money, right? And wherever there's a risk, there is reward. I mean, silver is more volatile. Some people say that's a bad thing, but it's actually also a good thing. That means there's more opportunity, more room, larger gaps to make larger amounts of money. So a huge smackdown in gold and silver, as well as equities yesterday and today, may have well provided an opening for bargain hunting precious metals investors. The price drop may be a last gasp attempt to salvage something the big short buyers or big short holders in silver in particular and gold, who had been looking at financial disaster of precious metal prices that continue to rise, right? If some of these big short positions are now liquidated, then what will emphasize the point? Gold fell around 3% at one time and dropped back below $1,900 for the first time since late July. It subsequently recovered back to $1,900, but still ended nearly 2% down on the day. So, anyways, as is normal in its performance via gold in declining price scenario, silver fell much more in percentage terms, almost 7% on Monday, with the gold to silver ratio rising over 76, and it rose over 78 Tuesday morning. Higher gold to silver ratio is negative for silver in its price comparison with gold. I saw the ratio 72 last week, so it is jumping quite a bit, and that's a pretty fast pace. So U.S. equities came crashing down too, with the Dow, S&P both falling rather more than slightly more resilient than the NASDAQ with its tech focus. So Dow fell pretty much, with gold falling over 3% at one stage before making something of a late in the day recovery, ending just under 2% lower. So whether this foreshadows the oft-predicted major collapse in U.S. equities remains to be seen. We suspect there may be an interim recovery, but be warned, yesterday's equity performance could be a signal that the reality of the pandemic-affected downturn in the U.S. economy is the last beginning of impact on the investment sector. So I like the way he's coming from this, right? He's giving a very large shift of perspective, and taking things where most people would see negative into positive and vice versa, and he's just looking at this realistically, and also giving some other routes, some other alternatives that might be happening as well. It was notable though that there were substantial deposits into the principal gold ETFs worldwide on Monday, indicating that funds and institutions retain confidence in gold going forwards. And this was in particularly with silver. So the reality, it seemed unlikely that an equities markdown would also see an accompanying meltdown in precious metal prices. The opposite would seem to be more likely. That is why we feel that there's somewhat different an investment agenda in the precious metals futures markets than which resulted in something of a gold, silver, and precious metals crash. We therefore do not think that there will be a permanent markdown in precious metals, and we still stand by our price target of a return to $2,000 gold before the end of the year. So he's saying this is not going to be a long-lasting thing. This is going to be extremely short-lived, and he's still predicting $2,000 gold by the end of the year. And now let's see what he says about silver. Silver investment could well be more adversely affected, though, and may take some more time to recover, as recent investors will now have experience of the volatility possible in the silver price, which works both ways. And that's what I was just talking about earlier. It could be good or bad. It tends to perform better than gold when the latter is right, but it can come crashing down far more in percentage than any fall in gold price might suggest. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 20%. But it can also be bad. If gold's going to drop 15%, silver could drop 25%. It's like gold on steroids. It's a more exaggerated form of gold. And that's because the market is much smaller, so it's much more influenced with money. But I try to look to the upside. I still see potential, and I still see opportunity, and I still see volatility working in silver's benefit, especially with everything else that's on the table. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to wrap this video up here. It's getting pretty long. If you did enjoy this video, if you thought it was educational, informational, or at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. This was Silver Slayer. I post daily videos. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.